Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Welcome everybody. Today guys, we again will take a look at the Great British Pound because right now we see that this currency is very close to significant action, and as we believe this action should be to the downside. So this is really a long story with our discussion of this pattern, since it has started even in March. So we have talked about it again in the last week, and right now we see more and more signs that we could clarify as some flaws and cracks in this reversal pattern. So initially that really was promising appearing of this pattern because it has really bright shape and it's really was able to trigger some significant action to the upside. But as soon as it has started, something appears, there's something wrong with this pattern. So initially it has started right here. So we probably already have talked about it, but initially this pattern had the neckline, so mostly horizon neckline in this area, and we said that probably as this is the slope of the head, it's probably the market should complete this A, B, C, bottom D pattern that should lead market right to this area. So as soon as this pattern would be completed, market should reach the neckline and then start forming of the right shoulder. But the problems have started right with this ABCD pattern. First problem is that this pattern has not been completed. After this thrust action, this market already has moved above the 618 target of this ABCD pattern. It suddenly dropped and almost right to the bottom. And we said that this is not the action that market should show when it forms bullish reversal pattern, and especially in the second part of this pattern. In the second part of the pattern, bulls should be more active, bulls should be stronger. But that was not the case, and so this was really a significant drop. But that was just the beginning of the problems. After that, when the market continued to flirting around this bottom, second problem has become when the market dropped below these lows and even has erased this ABCD pattern totally. So we even come to some easing with this pattern and take a look at this drop, this downward sloped neckline. So we have turned our opinion from the horizon neckline to this downward slope neckline. But even when we have adjusted the neckline, you can see what has happened. Finally, the third problem is that take a look, market wasn't able even to reach this neckline and has formed the bearish grabber that suggests appearing of the new low with the right shoulder. So that was the third nail in the tomb of this head and shoulders pattern. Because guys, in general, the appearing of such action in the right shoulder when the market in fact should turn to the aggressive upward action, because this is in fact the final the culmination of the reversal. This is the bottom of the right shoulder. And here market should start the upward action very aggressively, because here the bulls should dominate and should control the market. But this behavior that we see within the right shoulder is absolutely irrational to behavior of the market that forms bullish head and shoulders pattern. That makes us think that market right now has more chances to drop further rather than to turn to the upside again. It's very important. Although currently theoretical market still holds the harmony, the bottom of the shoulder, so it will suggest this left shoulder, the right shoulder stands approximately at the same level. The market still has some power to keep bottoms, but this definitely looks as an ability to continue to move higher. As you can see, markets forming lower tops, and here market even hasn't been able to reach the trend line. So this is very bearish. As a result, guys, we see that overall action could shift shape from the head and shoulders to the butterfly bind. So, for example, that could become the left wing of the butterfly, and here could become the right wing, and that's just dropping below these lows, and that should help market to complete some weekly targets. So if you will read our analysis, you will see that on the weekly chart we also have found some bearish signs, bearish patterns that also suggest possible further drop. On the 4-hour time frame chart, guys, as market has abandoned our diamond pattern, we have discussed it recently, so that was long-term consolidation, and we in fact has returned back to discussion of the Great British Pound as soon as market has dropped out. This market has retested this broken trend line and drop again to the downside. So here, guys, as the first approximation and first target, this could be the butterfly as well, so approximately 139 destination point. That's just the one possible scenario. As you can see, you could find here a lot of different other patterns. For example, you could take this A, B, C, top D patterns of 100% target has been completed, retracement market could continue to move lower. You could take even smaller ABCDs, this one minor ABCD or that one ABCD pattern. So it's multiple patterns that could be formed. But I like this butterfly. So here, guys, as you understand, for us is the major question whether market will hold below this trend line. Here, market already has confirmed that the bears probably becomes more and more becomes stronger and gradually taking control over the market, because the breakout has happened, retesting, again pull back from this confirmation of this trend line. From the other side is the retesting and drop lower. So that's why for us is major point to watch for is the standing below this trend line. This will be very nice. So we'll see that the downward action becomes stronger and takes the victory over the upward action. So market, if this trend line will force market to continue forming lower tops, but it turns from the, let's call it as the higher bottoms but to the lower bottoms, that will be final confirmation that the bears takes the control of the market and we should be ready for the further drop. So that's why keep an eye that market stands below this trend line. This is very important. Where a particular market will turn down, where is the starting point of this wing, it's not really very significant. So maybe this will happen here, but maybe it will happen right from the trend line. This will not impact the butterfly. The major points in the market should hold below the trend line and below this top. It's also the fib support, by the way. So that's our current view on the market. The potential of this drop, if market really will turn to the downward action. In the medium-term perspective, this could give us approximately 10 points of the drop. So our expectation that we should get the 133 target completed on the monthly chart. It will probably take some time, maybe half of the year, maybe more or less, but this will be not very fast. Maybe it will accelerate. It will happen after the Brexit will take place. So, but currently, in the short-term perspective, we need to monitor this potential important for the Great British Pound, the breaking of this cracking of the pattern that market was starting to prepare and building this pattern, but here now it is not able to complete it. It's not able to trigger it, and that's a very important moment right now, because this really could lead to the further strong acceleration in the Great British Pound. That's why we think that this currency is very interesting for analysis and for trading, and probably it will remain so for coming even maybe months, not just weeks. So let's see how it will turn.